My dear friend, good morning, day or evening, depending when you're watching. In this video I am going to take you to a real-life process creation of this plein air alla prima landscape drawing. Winter season is here, meaning that's a perfect season to slow down, to breathe, and to dedicate little bit of time for enjoying your hobby or learning a new one. Why not? Let's begin with setup. I have a small canvas of 20 or 25 centimeters, a lightweight foldable easel, some clamps I will be using to fix the board to easel, a set of brushes, which one I used in particular I will show at the end of the video, as well as how I clean them up, and the topper used as mixing board. I find it easy to hold my paint in a topper, as I can use it later without worrying it will dry too fast. Description of the paint I use can be found in the description box. Having now the palette ready, we can start. I have spotted a perfect view for me catching some buildings at the horizon. Also, I'll try to emphasize the cloudy sky today with its charm. Starting with an easy sketch outlining the horizon and the main elements. Don't focus too much on it. Just try to find the composition in an equilibrium. To begin the first strokes in color, I am mixing celestial blue and titanium white. Try not to overlap the colors in the process and place the color where it belongs instead of covering, let's say, the full sky. Leave a space for the clouds. Later, if the paint is where it shouldn't be, to cover and to add layers will be quite tricky to do. To the same mix, I am adding a little bit more white and phthalo blue. Getting closer to the horizon, sky is fading its color. Where this new color meets the previous one, I am trying to create a smooth gradient. Titanium white, burnt umber, ultramarine blue, and to calm down the hue, a dot of Mother Lake red hue, and cadmium yellow deep hue. Now we're going to add the shadows of the clouds. same mix of colors as previously, but with more Mother Lake red and cadmium yellow deep to add more depth. As you may observe, I am placing the color right in the shadow spot of the cloud. I am smoothing only the upper edge if needed. This will create the effect of a heavier cloud. With the same mix we used for the horizon and the deep in the previous color for the clouds, I am starting to fill the waterline closer to horizon, as it reflects more the color of the sky. With the same color I have on the brush, I'm adding more white and a little bit of Mother Lake red to continue with the sea. Why so? Waves today are rough and seems they're bringing to the surface more sand, creating this color. But it also will play later a key role with the contrasts. You'll see. Same color using for the horizon line, smudging it a little bit. Due to smog and humidity, seems like there is some smog and there isn't a pretty clear horizon line at the time I'm painting. moving a little bit lower to the edge. I'm adding to the same mix a little bit of ultramarine light and phthalo blue. Again, creating gradients, but also leaving space for the sandy bottom and waves reflections. Going further, cadmium red deep hue, Mother Lake red, burnt umber, phthalo green, chromium cobalt bluish green hue, white, cadmium yellow deep hue. Basically all we have on our palette. Per general, I wouldn't say I have a clear path of what color is going to be mixed. I just try to match the color I see in front and what is mixed on the palette. So if you feel like the code of the color mixed is not working for you, experiment. Find the best way which works for you to get the right formula. The ones I'm giving are only for the reference on what to expect as an outcome. As you see, closer the wave is getting to shore, more sand is seeing through the water, and color is becoming moody. But not to worry, it will work out at the end in the synergy as a total. Closer I get to the bottom edge, the more I add to the same previous mix, cadmium yellow deep and Mother Lake red. It doesn't need to be perfect. Here will be the rough foam of the waves later. Same color, but added with more phthalo blue to make it deeper, forming the outlines of the waves or the shadows peeking underneath. I'm smoothing only the bottom of the strokes in this case. mixing here with phthalo green and ultramarine plus white. While I was painting, a little bit of sun peeked through the clouds and I spotted this beautiful, deep, rich Mediterranean color. I am adding here small, soft, horizontal strokes of this color, just to emphasize a little bit this rich color. A little bit of phthalo blue to the same mix. As you may observe, I'm just playing with close-by colors. I'm adding colors to a previous one, adjusting its hue and saturation for the next steps, repeating same over and over again. At this point, let's add some sparkles to the water and to the sky to make it pop. On a dried or cleaned brush, poke some white. Between layering, I swipe the excess of the color, which could have possibly went from the painting. I'm using just some old papers to clean up. Switching to a smaller flat brush with same task. I'm getting into the clouds. As you see, between every touch of white, I'm taking more fresh, clean white paint as I need. I'm cleaning the brush from the excess paint other than white. As well, what works best here is softening up the white only where needed, and mostly on the bottom edge of the stroke to leave that softness at the top of the cloud. With same brush and same technique, I'm getting to the waves and reflection of the water. Try to touch the canvas rather than smudging heavily and pressing the brush. Use here only soft touches. Try experimenting with the direction of the strokes as well. Give your wave a direction, up, left, right. Visually, it will create dynamics to waves. Hopping to the building. Cadmium yellow deep, medium, white, a little of Mother Lake. I am adding this medium tonality to the stones in the center. A little bit more white for the lighter parts. And we are good to fill the lighter parts where sun hits the building. Where it feels like it's not light enough, a bit more white. Play with the direction of the stroke for the texture. A bit more Mother Lake and Umbra Burnt to the mix for the shadow parts. And adding it to the shadow of the stones as well. Switching to a round small brush. To the same mix, I'm adding a small amount of Mother Lake Red and Tallow Blue to create more depth, but as well to equilibrate the color synergy of the pier and the sea. Very gently swiping horizontally from the pier to the sea, we brush with the same color used for the shadows of the stones to make the appearance of reflection into water and to merge visually the components. Wind decided to play around with me. At this point, I attached a small hook to the easel and my bag so it will be more stable. With same brush I am using the same mix of tallow blue and green used before to enhance a little bit the horizon. As you remember, this part had a mix of white and Mother Lake, and I am layering. In contrast with greenish bluish tint, it will pop even more. As the picture changes through the time, I am adapting it little by little. Adding more depth to the water and to the waves, I am just adding some strokes of deep color right in the contrast to the white foam added before, but do not mix them. Same brush, not cleaning it up, I am adding in the mix of the sand previously used more Mother Lake red and cadmium yellow dip. With that, add the shadow of the waves underneath the white foam and smoothing it out only at the bottom of the stroke. You can add little by little more red or ochre yellow to the mix to make the shadow pop and appear more deep in the contrast. Smoothing out the harsh edges of the wave's shadow. To the mix of tallow green and blue, I'm adding more tallow green and playing in contrast of the waves and sea closer to the horizon. For the final touches and the real pop of color, I observed in the sky some pinkish reflections on the clouds. This being seen, I begin to mix titanium white and cadmium red deep hue with a pinch of Mother Lake red. The brush I'm using is a flat, small brush. It is quite damaged at this point, so the small pointing strings will make the great work for adding the splash of the contrast. I am adding just small touches to the sky, mainly on white spots, water reflection, and a little bit on the building and stones for the synergy. Cleaning the brushes finally, and switching to a palette knife. The one of today is this small one, is number 1, but it doesn't really have a manufacturer or a brand. I think I got it in a set from a Chinese store. I'm grabbing just a little bit of white only on the edge, and I'm adding the last sparkles of the water. I'm sliding it very gently and softly horizontally, following the water lines. And by these literally final touches, we're done. And the result, an impression of a sunny day in less than 1 hour. Palette is telling the truth of being productive today. A lot of blends of colors. At home, I just added my signature and left it to dry. It will take a little bit of time since it's an oil painting. Brushes I use today. Round brush number 6 of Restauro House. Flat brush number 8 of the same brand. Flat brush number 4 Talentus. Angular round brush 000 No Maker. Cut Fong number 12 Restauro House, and a flat brush number 8 of Winsor & Newton. As you see, the palette is pretty mixed up, but despite painting was of the sea and sky, we mixed and used a great amount of colors, and of white of course. Black I haven't even touched actually. What I like about using a topper for Plein Air is that lid on top, and I'm ready to use for the next time. Paint will remain wet and no waste of materials. In the case of all other brushes I haven't used this time, I prefer to have some extras so I can shuffle them at preference, some papers, a pencil. I have cut and pre-prepared them at home, and the secret jar. I'm shy to show it, it's not the best you can see in a tutorial, but this mix is already I think 1 year old. It's basically some cloth washing detergent, liquid soap, linseed oil. I just put the brushes inside and leave them for a while. And after I just clean them with a regular soap and hot water. This being said, thank you for joining along. A living artist like myself will appreciate more than ever your support of a like, share and subscribe to the channel. Hope you had a good visual meditation, learned something new, encouraged yourself to paint more or to experiment. If you ever try to follow the advices from my tutorial, feel free to text me up. I will be glad to see your creations. Until next time.